The Taylor Swift situation is insane. Hello, you gorgeous daughter. Taylor Swift is arguably the biggest artist in the world and has been for like the last decade. Her longevity is pretty much unmatched, especially in the pop space. Every single time she's dropped an album for the last 10 years, her fans have ate it up. I've never seen this woman miss within our community. However, she has recently released her brand new album, Life of a Showgirl. And this is the first time in Taylor Swift history that I've seen her fans turn on her. So we're going to analyze all the drama surrounding this new album, and later in this video we're also going to break down the huge beef which has emerged between Taylor Swift and another huge music artist. Honestly, that is mental. So let's get into this. So when I initially saw the backlash to Taylor Swift's new album, I was really surprised because when I was reading certain articles on it, it's done really well from the off. In terms of sales, Taylor Swift's The Life of a Showgirl has now sold over 3 million total units in the US. It's the fastest album in history to reach this milestone. That's when you know you've kind of made it, or you're like clear. You've gone clear when your worst album is the fastest album in history to hit that milestone. Even your falls are better than most people's wins in their life. Like that must be crazy. I wish this was my biggest failure. Many people have said that Taylor has run out of things to say. That's not my words before any of the Swiftie star honors. Which again, I find surprising because when I was looking at the analytics from her album and how many streams it's had, which is like the determining factor of success in the music industry these days, the streams are like out of this world. Every single one has like 8 figures, which is just mental considering the album came out like 48 hours ago as of recording this video. The lowest stream song has what, 16 million views, and that's seen as, you know, this one's a bitch. Which again has made me very confused when I was researching for this video because I haven't seen many people saying it's good. I said Taylor Swift's new album sucks and I didn't even get a single death threat from a Swiftie. That's how bad it is. And this has like nearly 23,000 retweets. Like this bang. Sorry, are the Swifties doing that? I don't think, like, they're not sending death threats, right? I just wouldn't get that from Taylor Swift's audience. I imagine they're just really nice people. Do they send death threats? They can't. Sure. And again, this kind of shows that maybe some of Taylor Swift's fans are like, you know what, like I really like her, but maybe this album isn't as good as our other ones. That's definitely what this is suggesting. Every year Taylor Swift album comes out and she goes, roses are red, grass is green, I love Travis and my haters are mean, and her fans go, oh my god, the lyricism. Well, that's a little harsh, isn't it? Wait, which Taylor Swift song goes, roses are red and grass is green, I love Travis and my haters are mean? Because I can't lie, that's kind of boss. Not gonna lie, like, that's like, oh, like if that was in a cypher, I would be clapping louder than the opposition, right? I'd be like, oh my god, she just wrecked his ass. What? It rhymes and everything. I feel like this has always been a discussion around Taylor Swift. Like, if you're not into her music, people seem to hate on it. And I don't understand why, because music is subjective. Someone's taste in music isn't going to be someone else's. And clearly Taylor Swift has to be good. Like, she has to be good for the amount of fans she has. She can't be it's impossible unless she's paying these billions of people to come to our shows. I imagine if I told you the music that I listen to, you would be like, oh my god, Cam, that is terrible. I imagine if you told me, I would be like, oh my god, why'd you listen to them? But that's the whole point of music. If everyone liked the same music, it would be boring. Taylor Swift pen games are unmatched. The pen. This one's actually kind of funny. I used to be scared of people that had these pens in school. I was like, oh my god, the audacity to just like pull that out your pencil case. I never want to say anything mean to you ever. Not turning me back to you in assembly. I ain't never seen Taylor get dragged like this. Oh my god, is the album that bad? If you were 25, that would be adorable, but you're 32 now, so that's just stupid. Haven't seen this many stan accounts admit their fave flopped ever in my life. One thing that I do find is strange is people getting joy out of Taylor Swift failing. People can have their reasons for disliking Taylor Swift, but it is, you know, kind of dark that people are preying on her downfall. Even celebrities like Michael Barrymore have like chimed in to show their distaste for the album. By a terminal uniqueness, you've just had a fatal car accident, but turn that bloody radio off. One of the songs on Taylor's new album is, you know, more graphic than she possibly has released before. About her partner, Travis Kelce. I believe the song's called Wood. I don't know if that is, you know, relating to a specific type of wood. I'm not talking timber. Calm down, Kesha. Now I quote the redwood tree, it ain't hard to see. His love was the key that opened my thighs. Alright, Taylor. Sorry, love. Was not familiar with your game. Okay. Getting hot in here, as Nelly once said. And baby, I'll admit I've been a little superstitious. The curse on me was broken by your magic wand. So, again, Oh, I'm getting a voice, but I'm getting nervous now. Clearly, this woman was very, she was feeling a certain type of way when she was writing this, alright? She keeps saying I ain't got a knock on wood. I don't really know. I guess, I don't know if that means I haven't got to knock on it. I'm not the best with breaking down lyrics, as you can see, guys. It's not really my forte. I kind of just like reading lyrics out of context when they're not with the beat. Forgive me, it sounds cocky. He, matized me and opened my eyes. Yeah, okay, moving on. Right, this woman is very in this song. So that was one thing that people said that they were really surprised at on the album. Another thing is people have also said she's appearing a lot less relatable in her music lately. Obviously, Taylor Swift is now a billionaire. Like, she's done so well for herself, like self-made as well, which is kind of insane. I know, a lot of people kind of used that she had a privileged upbringing, like she was like upper middle class or whatever. But still, like, there's many people that grow up like that and they don't reach the level that Taylor Swift has. Like, she's done really well for herself. And to be fair, she has built it. Like, you have to give her props for that. So I think it is understandable that she would, probably be detached from reality. But then again, like, isn't every single artist that is huge detached from reality? Like, are people really going to hold it against Taylor but not hold it against, like, every other person that is also, like, a multi-millionaire? Like, I've listened to a couple of the songs, and I'm not, like, a Taylor Swift fan. I'm not a fan, but I don't, like, listen to her music. It's just not my type of music. But when listening to it, I'm like, yeah, this just sounds like Taylor Swift, I don't think it sounds awful like what some people are saying. But talking of awful, we're gonna move on now to arguably the biggest part of this situation. Taylor Swift's beef, or apparent beef, with Charli XCX. What? No! The girlies are fighting. It can't be. It's meant to be a brat summer, not a brat argument. See, this one's actually hard, guys, because I actually am a Charli XCX fan. Right, not gonna lie, I actually think she's pretty cool. Just pretty cool, actually. I said that so condescending. Yeah, she's pretty cool. Not really cool, just pretty cool. Now, before we get onto the drama, which is, like, really hot right now within Taylor's new album after she dropped it, like we've just covered, we're gonna, like, run through a whole timeline of this, because I feel like I need to give you the backstory before we cover the recent drama. So, Charli XCX originally performed on Taylor Swift's tour, I believe, in 2015 at her 1989 World Tour. And Charli was also one of the opening acts for Taylor Swift on her Reputation Stadium tour. So obviously you would suspect that they're on good terms. Like, Taylor Swift is inviting Charli to, she's just giving her a platform in front of, like, a full stadium so she can, like, showcase, her talents. Like, that's a nice thing to do for someone. And very clearly Taylor Swift probably thought a lot of Charli XCX and thought she was going to be huge. Like, that's why she's given her the platform. Now, Charli XCX is known for, just kind of saying what's on her mind. Like, she's, like, kind of love or hate. People, like, absolutely would die for her, or some people just can't really stand her. I don't know if I would die for her, but, if someone offered us the opportunity, I'd be like, well, okay, it's my time to go, I guess. Well, in 2019, with an interview for Pitchfork, Charli made a remark that performing in front of Taylor Swift's fans, which is often, like, an all ages concert, like, Taylor Swift doesn't put, like, an age limit on her concerts normally, she said she felt like she was waving to 5-year-olds. Like, that's the exact quote. Now, obviously, if you're Taylor Swift or you're a Taylor Swift fan, I can understand how you can take that as, like, kind of condescending a little bit. It's such a nothing comment, but, if you are sensitive to that, I can see why you would be like, okay, she's getting some mean tweets on Twitter done, I'm sending her a mean DM. I also can't believe that Charli XCX performed her music in front of, like, people that possibly were 5, like, listening to Charli XCX's music. Some of the parents must have been like, Now, Charli got a lot of hate from Taylor Swift fans for this, so much that she actually released a public apology. Hey, a few people are... Hey everybody! Hey, Dr. Nick! Sorry, I don't know why I said it like that. Hey, a few people on the internet have taken something I said out of context, and I want to clarify there is absolutely no shade and only love here. As I say in this article and have said many times before, I am extremely grateful to Taylor for inviting me to open for her. She's one of the biggest artists of my generation, and the Reputation tour was one of the biggest tours in history. She then goes on to say that she's used to performing in front of, like, 18-plus-year-olds, so that's why she kind of brought it up in the interview. This interview was also in print, and she said that they kind of half took it out of context, like they only used, like, the little bit out of a full sentence. And the rest of this statement is very much showing love for Taylor and Taylor's fans. Like, this to me seems like she just kind of wants to put this to bed. She doesn't want any drama. And as of 2019, it looked like the beef between Taylor and Charli, if there was any, was put to bed. However, there was still, like, a sour taste in a lot of fans' mouths. And after this, apparently more drama circulated between Taylor and Charli, and somehow the 1975 are involved, who I've seen 3 times live. Useless information for you. You'll sleep well tonight. Just to give people the rundown if they don't know, Charli XCX is actually married to George Daniel, who was a part of the 1975. And Taylor Swift had a short relationship with Matty Healy, who was the lead singer of the 1975. And fans speculated that certain lyrics that Charli had written in her songs were actually related to Taylor in some sort of negative light. This song was actually featured in Charli XCX's 2024 album called Brat, absolute banger of an album if I do say so. And in one of the songs, Sympathy is a Knife, a lot of people said that Charli was actually writing it about Taylor because Taylor would be at some of the 1975 shows, obviously, when she was seeing Matty Healy. Here's some of the lyrics from it. She basically talks about how she's like insecure, I don't want to share the space, I don't want to force a smile, this one girl taps my insecurities, don't know if it's a real or if I'm spiraling, one voice tells me that they laugh, George says I'm just paranoid, Daisy just don't see it, he's so naive, I embarrassed to have it but need the sympathy, I'm so apprehensive now, don't want to see her backstage at my boyfriend's show, fingers crossed behind my back, I hope they break up quick. So, if this is about Taylor, okay, there's very mixed messages in this. Firstly, she's kind of talking about she just kind of feels insecure, and she's kind of talking about like why she's being compared possibly to Taylor Swift. Like she's getting all of these insecurities that, you know, this person might be laughing at her because what the industry's kind of created. Like she's basically just kind of being real and talking about like how she feels and like how it's like bad that this is all making her feel this way. But obviously, like the fingers crossed behind my back, I hope they break up quick. I can understand why fans would be like, yeah, that's clearly about Taylor Swift and Matty Healy, like backstage at your boyfriend's show. Like, how many people could it be? Is it going to be the sound engineer? I doubt it. Unless, I don't know who it is, right? Very secretive from the sound engineer. Own up to your crimes. Now, Charli, again, like, kind of downplayed that this was about Taylor Swift. She just denied it and said it was about, like, her insecurities, which I just said. She said this in both interviews with the New York Magazine and Vulture, so clearly she was trying to, like, tell people, like, there's no drama here, I'm just kind of talking about myself, like, I'm not actually trying to direct it at this person. However, at the time of this album coming out, there was also, like, a side story to it involving Taylor. As around the time of the Brat album releasing, Taylor actually reissued like a UK only version of our album The Tortured Poets Department. Now some people again speculated that this was, you know, an attempt to mess with possibly like the sales of Brat. Again, it's very rumours, you know, like if people don't like each other, why can't they be like, you know what, Charli, I think you're a bit of a knob actually, you know what, Taylor, I think the same about you. That's it, we all know, we're all on the same page. What's with all this kind of like subtle digs? I want people's names, I want their addresses. Nah, I don't, that's too far. But again, at this point, again, the drama was more fueled by theories, right, rather than actual concrete evidence, like I just said. However, later into 2024, I feel like there was a lot more concrete stuff that there is possible beef between Charli and Taylor, and this was fueled even more when we got into 2025, and especially this very month. Oh, we're finally here. He took one a long way round to get to here, but we're here. Thanks for sticking with us, guys. Right, I know many people were like, is he going to get down with it? Christ, oh well. So like we previously covered, Taylor Swift released her new album, The Life of a Showgirl. And the 7th track on this album is called Actually Romantic. And immediately after fans started listening to this, they said that this was a direct response to Charli's song, Sympathy is a Knife. And I was thinking, okay, right, this is good. This is like Kendrick versus Drake in the girly pop universe. It's amazing. Now let's run through some of the lyrics in this, because this is a lot more straight to the point than what Charli's was. If Charli's was a diss to Taylor in the first place, this one's mental to be fair. Straight off the bat, I heard you call me boring Barbie when the got you brave. We're just going straight in then, are we? Yeah. No, like, oh, how you doing? You alright? Yeah. No, just straight in. Yeah, you're an absolute when you're on cook, love. Do you know what? I think I'm actually a Taylor Swift fan now. This is what I needed to get us in. Yeah, you know what? I think you're a right? And you do cook. Yeah, weirdo. Is it weird that this makes us like Taylor Swift more? I don't know. She's just standing on business here. She's like, yeah, I'm what? High-fived my ex and then you said you're glad he ghosted me. What's that about Matty Healy? I don't know. Sincerity is so scary. Wrote me a song saying it makes you sick to my face. Some people might be offended. Pop off, queen. But it's actually sweet. All the time you've spent on me, it's honestly wild. All the effort you've put in, it's actually romantic. I really gotta hand it to you. No man has ever loved me like you do. That subtle dig to Travis Kelce there. I wonder if she's like tapping Travis Kelce and be like, are you going to show me the love that Charli XCX shows us? She's checking me socials every day. Don't see you doing that. Right, up your game, fella. Do you know who you're dating? Do you know who you're married to? This is mad though. This is literally like, I feel like she's Kendrick Lamar and Charli XCX is Drake. Waiting for the A minor line right now. Hadn't thought of you in a long time, but you keep sending me funny Valentines, and I know you think it comes off vicious, but it's precious, adorable, like a toy chihuahua barking at me from a tiny purse. That's how much it hurts. How many times has your your boyfriend said, why are we always talking about her? Do you feel that? This is so hard because I'm such a huge Charli XCX fan, but also Taylor slaying right now. You think I'm tacky, baby? It's so funny reading these out when there's not a beat there. Stop talking dirty to me. It sounded nasty, but it feels like you're flirting with me. I mind my business. God's my witness that I don't provoke it. Get a bit weaker now. I mind my business. God's my witness. It's like, I've lost a bit of the momentum here, Taylor. Come on, we need it up again. More of the stuff. It's actually romantic. You've just given me so much attention. La la la. La la. It's actually romantic. It's so romantic. If this is about Charli, okay, which does very seem targeted towards her, clearly it has bothered Taylor Swift because she's made a song about it. If it didn't bother her, she would, she'd just ignore it. So it's bothered her enough to write a whole song, which is good for the fans, gets her involved. It's got me involved. I would never listen to the new Taylor Swift album. Now I'm going to give it a try. I didn't know she had this in her though. Like, have I been missing out the entire time? I didn't know Taylor had that dog in her. Now, many people have speculated that the lines, interpreted in, I say lines, so many lines in this, no wonder Charli's a fan. No, that's alleged. It's a joke, guys. Might not even be about Charli. Also, another thing that I found interesting is Charli on a Brat album actually had a song called Everything Is Romantic. And obviously that song we've just went through by Taylor is actually romantic. So it's like, again, it's these subtle things that obviously makes you think that it's about Charli XCX. Again, I wish like artists could just title it like Charli Diss, and then we're like, oh, okay, I know what this is. Or is that just me? I feel like I need everything just like kind of on a silver plate just so I know everyone's on the same page. Now, apparently during the release party for the album, Taylor actually called the song a love letter to someone who hates you. Again, fueling speculation. Right, she's adding smoke to the fire here. There's a fire and she's on it. Our Swift. Apparently she also commented that attention, even negative attention, can feel like affection in their industry. And she also said the song is about someone putting you in their head rent-free. She's putting on a plate here. If it's not about Charli, I do want to know who it's about, because someone's her off. Someone has on her cornflakes and she's not happy about it. Just woken up in a mood and written a song about it. Now, the one thing pointing to that this whole beef could actually not be a thing between the two is that neither of them have admitted that it's about each other. So Charli has never said that song's about Taylor Swift directly, I don't believe, and obviously Taylor Swift's albums just came out. She hasn't said anything about it being about Charli XCX, because why would she? Because you're going to get more people talking about the album, theorizing stuff, if you don't say anything. Eventually, I imagine, in a week's time, 2 weeks' time, things will be said unless Charli releases a diss track or whatever happens. But the best thing to do for promotional purposes is say nothing and let the theories kind of run and get more impressions so there's more attention to your album. That's basically why they do it. Not that she needs it, okay, because she's already like the biggest artist on the planet. But many of Taylor's fans have said that this is the most direct song that she's ever done, and like I actually, like, I'm not, obviously I don't know much about Taylor Swift's like back catalogue, but it's grabbed my attention, so it's definitely got the attention of people that aren't in our community, which is only a good thing, really, I guess. I did find it interesting that The Guardian recently criticised Swift's dig against Charli, as they actually said it was her punching down. But like, I don't understand that, because you're basically putting Taylor Swift like above Charli XCX for what reason? Like, I guess she's had more sales and stuff, but I don't really think you should really be, putting, like, that's just a different audience. Like, people who are fans of Taylor Swift, it's a total different genre, really, to, who would be fans of Charli XCX. The music couldn't be more different, in my opinion. Now, moving on, I want to see the reaction to this beef from both Taylor and Charli fans, and just the wider public, mainly on TikTok, to see, like, what's the overall vibe of this situation? Who are people siding with? Are people siding with people, or are people just kind of, confused?
This was not the video I wanted to make today. Normally, I'm singing, I'm happy, and my page is about that. I like supporting women, men, whatever. But I'm pissed now.
Wait, was that just to men? I like supporting women, men, whatever.
the diss that Taylor did to Charli for no freaking reason. What kind of friend are you? You were dancing around with her all along knowing that you had a song like this coming out. She didn't do anything to you. She was talking about her own insecurities, which, oh my God, that was so raw, and you exploited her and made it about yourself. If you were so happy with his big wood, what are you going after her for?
Kelly 321. My jaw's on the floor, Kelly. Wow, Kelly just came on smoke straight away. Just like, you know what? Nah, I'm not having it. As a Swiftie, I'm putting me foot down, love. What are you doing? Talking to our Charli like that? I love this. For some reason, I prejudged her. I thought she would be more of a Taylor fan. How wrong was I?
You guys have got to stop it. We have enough going on and things against us with the government, and you guys are all fighting it out with each other. There's room for everybody in this big, giant world to all be successful. You're all at a level of success. Stop it. It's so mean.
That's actually so true, though. Like, it is actually true. Whoever you agree with, there's enough for everyone to eat. And, like, do you really need to drag another, especially, like, if you're a woman, another woman down to, like, elevate yourself? I don't think you need to. There's not, like, a minute amount of, songs people can listen to. People can listen to yours both. Like, does one person really need to be better than the other person? That is such a good point, Kelly. Your years of wisdom, love, coming in handy.
It's gross. And as an older person, you guys need a little spanking. So if you don't have a grandma or you don't have a mom that's going to whip out their Louis belt, you better come on over here because I will. It's enough. Knock it the off.
I really, hope that Taylor and Charlie have watched this and went, yeah, I've took this a bit far, haven't I? I always remember on a bit of a genre change, but J. Cole, during the Drake and Kendrick beef, released his own kind of diss track on Kendrick called 7 Minute Drill. And then, a couple of days later, he was like, actually, I don't even know why I did that. I was just in some sort of weird moment. I actually really like Kendrick Lamar. And then he actually took it off Spotify. A whole song that he created, he just took it off and he apologized to Kendrick Lamar, on stage at his tour. I wonder if Taylor Swift would do the same thing if, it is about Charlie and she, kind of regrets it. Because it definitely seems like a song that's made in the heat of the moment. There's a lot of, anger to it. There's a lot of, even though she says it doesn't bother her, you can tell it's got under her skin. And I wonder when, the emotion dies down and she thinks back logically, if it was actually worth it. Because I know Charli XCX, if she feels like that's about her, I feel like she's got to come with the heat.
Taylor Swift shading Charli XCX for doing is like when y'all comment on my posts and say, "You're a man." I don't know. I can't look down.
I didn't expect that. Yeah, to be fair, even if you don't listen to Charli XCX, if you've seen any of her, brand or anything, you would probably just be like, yeah, that kind of checks out. That's nothing we don't know. To anyone out there that is possibly a fan of Taylor Swift, or maybe, has followed her journey a lot closer than what I have, can you please enlighten me why she, apart from this situation, why previously she has so many haters? Because to me, Taylor Swift's music is very much, if I turn Capital on, Taylor Swift will be on. It's very, the reason why she has so many fans is because it appeals to so many people, which is great. But I'm finding it hard to understand, previous to this situation, why so many people have such a distaste for her. A Charli XCX fan plus Taylor Swift fan reacted actually romantic.
I get so mad about this song. Actually, I would laugh. I mean, no, it is a song. Also, everything is romantic. It's such a good song. You can't pick that one. Of course. It's giving narcissism. The whole song is giving narcissism.
It is funny how music can make us feel this way. It's such a whatever situation, but it's entertaining for the rest of us, not for them too, obviously. The thing is, Sympathy is a Knife is such a banger, and I didn't even realise that was a diss track, or it could be seen as negative towards Taylor Swift when I've listened to that song. I just didn't really think much of it. It's only when I've researched this whole situation that people have pointed back to that song. And the more I'm kind of integrating myself into this situation, the more I don't actually think that was a diss track to Taylor Swift. Yeah, it might have been talking about her, but I feel like the main, source of that thing was Charlie being kind of introspective and kind of talking about her own feelings personally.
I get insecure when I see her because she's very successful, and I have some success, but it just makes me very self-conscious.
Coco bitch, I hate you. You're so mean to me. I hate you.
Yeah, I've literally picked just the most viewed videos on this situation. I can definitely sense who people, are siding with.
Not my fault you're in love with me or something. What?
Oh no, she did not.
See, that is the thing with you plastic.
Why is this so perfect?
Is in love with you when actually everybody hates you. Because you are a mean girl. You're a bitch.
Even the aesthetics of them is kind of right.
I don't hate you, and I don't think about this, but thank you for all the effort, honestly.
See, I don't know if it's because I especially on my other channel, my entire content is just analysing people. When I see this clip, I'm yeah, this clearly affects you. You can tell the way that she's talking about it, she's trying to play it off as if it doesn't, and it's fine that it affects you. It's literally fine. But yeah, I just find this interesting. Very, very interesting. I feel like before I end this video, I need to make note that Charlie has actually had a few resurfaced interviews that people have found where her herself basically confirms that Sympathy is a Knife is not about Taylor Swift. I just I need to show this interview.
I'm seeing online that some people think that there are diss tracks on Brat, and I just wanted to come on here and clarify that there aren't, apart from maybe Von Dutch, which kind of is, but the other tracks in question aren't diss tracks. They're really just about how It's so complicated being an artist, especially a female artist, where you are pitted against your peers, but also expected to be best friends with every single person constantly. And if you're not, you're like deemed a bad feminist. And that to me is just like such an unrealistic expectation. So yeah, these songs are kind of about how, as a woman, as an artist, some days you can feel on top of the world, some days you can feel unbelievably insecure, other days you can feel highly competitive, sometimes you can feel like literal trash, and it's really emotional and it's complicated to deal with, and we're not supposed to talk about it, but these songs do talk about it, and I'll probably be chastised for it.
And that is like such an interesting point, because especially in Charli's song, it was very minimal what she kind of said, and it has been made out to be a huge situation, whereas you see, like, especially in, like, you know, hip-hop or whatever, people say like the worst stuff and it's not even really brought up that, you know, mainstream wise. I think it definitely is, just because, you know, it's two of the biggest like women artists, why so many people are like involved in this, and also Taylor's song was very, very abrupt. But yeah, like, I hope that this doesn't affect them both. I hope they kind of just stay in their own lane, and like, you know, I don't want to see loads of diss tracks between them, because I feel like they should just both shine in their own right, and they don't need the publicity from this. They both do unbelievable without this beef. Like, there's no real need to have beef, do you know what I mean? But hey, I guess we'll see how this situation progresses. Let me know if you do want me to, you know, keep you updated with this if anything does happen, but I feel like this is probably going to be the end of it. But, you know, I've enjoyed this video. Hopefully you have too, don't it? If you want to watch a video that is similar to this one, click this video right here. Also drop a like on this because it helps us out, and I don't know how, but thank you very much. I'll see you over there.
Kirkham, baby.